Paul McCartney.
Oh, but let's go there right now.
Yeah, Turnout's a late scratching coming back in the direction of the birdcage, so he's a late scratching, please note. Turnout. I think he is. Yes, obviously he is, because all the other horses have moved up. We haven't heard an announcement. Let's see what's happened here. Turnout is coming back down the track, and the other horses have all moved in. We welcome viewers to Channel 9, Wide World of Sports. And they've moved up with the exception of Turnout, who's coming back towards the saddling enclosure. Now, Turnout a late scratching. There's the siren, there's the announcement. So the late scratching is number 13, Turnout, in the 5th event of the day, the first leg of the double here in Victoria. Are the runners all set to go? Favourite for the race at 7-2 is number 1, Welcome Night. Starter about to get onto his platform. Vows, the inside runner, should have the run of the race from there. Very unlucky last start. There's the light. Ready. They're off. And Vows on the inside was the first to jump into stride from Rakul, beginning very quickly over on the outside. Master Tambo and Western Chorus is showing speeder. And also in the picture early in the piece going around them is Skylock, and Take the Road is going very fast, and so also is Temperate King. It's a great charge for the leader. Coming up to the 1100 metre mark, Take the Road is one of the leaders with Temperate King, and Welcome Night is also in the picture. And going very fast around them now is Brave Path. Dropping into the rails there is Western Chorus, and they were being followed by Dark Czar. Over in the centre there is Marine Park. A bit further back then came Skylock on the inside of Solomoth, being followed by Vows, who's got back to third last. Coolong Road is second last. Rakul last of all. Brave Path was the leader coming up towards the home turn. 700 run by half length to Welcome Night on the outsider. They were followed then by Temperate King in behind them. Take the Road is getting a nice runner, and they're followed further back in the field by Dark Czar, who's made a very fast run, and Copper Blast is out wide. Solomoth behind them. Further back than the others came Master Tambo, and they're followed next by Skylock, and Vows is a long way back as they come down with 400 a run. Brave Path tackled quickly by Welcome Night, looks to be going very well, and Dark Czar joining in down the centre. Copper Blast is next, followed by Take the Road. Temperate King, Western Chorus, nowhere to go in the straight, coming past the 200 now. Anybody's race. Here comes Dark Czar down the outside, challenging Welcome Night, and Dark Czar on the outside is coming at Welcome Night in the final stages. Dark Czar going home the better. Dark Czar got up to score from Welcome Night with Brave Path third. Flying home for fourth is Skylock, followed by Take the Road. Western Chorus got into all sorts of bother in the straight. Then Copper Blast and Temperate King, followed by Solomoth, and Vows is a long way back behind the Marine Park. And further away there is Master Tambo. Coolong Road is second last. Rakul last home.
And that was race, of course, there from Flemington, and back to IndyCar racing here at the Surfers Paradise.
To get out there early on and take advantage of everyone else being a little bit asleep, but maybe he's got a problem. He's fallen back there.
Grice driving for Dick Midgley from the United States, and of course 2 years ago.
Race 5, all right, and Johnny Taps down there, $300,000 in prize money between Naturalism and Vandercross. Should be great battle, this one.
Flags down, off and running in the Randvet Stakes, and as the field appears in view, Dr. Grace is a clear-cut leader in the early part over Rough Habit, Naturalism. Then Sub-Zero, the filly Mahia, is cruising along 3 and 4 deep over that first crossing, followed by Viander Cross and Native Neptune, and Telesto is last of the 8 as they settle. In the run to the first turn, 1700 out, Die on Dr. Grace, looking back to see where they're positioned, and he's slowing them up as they head into the back straight. Old Dr. Grace by a length on Mahia, running third Naturalism on the inside of Viander Cross, and Jimmy Walker keeping Viander Cross right at the girth of Naturalism. A bit more than a length then to Native Neptune on the outside of Rough Habit, and the last couple of Sub-Zero and Telesto as they race to the back. Now they've got about 1,300 left to go. Dr. Grace speeding up, is in front by a length and a half to Mahia, 2 to Naturalism on the inside of Viander Cross, another 2 to Rough Habit on the inside of Native Neptune, and the last couple are Sub-Zero and Telesto as they make their way to the 1,100 mark, approaching the top turn. Dr. Grace held together, is in front by nearly 2 on Mahia, a length and a half to Naturalism, ahead away Viander Cross on the outside, a length and a half to Rough Habit on the inside of Native Neptune, 2 and a half to Telesto, and a head back last on the inside is Sub-Zero as they go past the 800 mark. Dr. Grace in front and led by a length on Mahia, who's keeping in touch. Naturalism is now in a pocket on the inside of Viander Cross as they come to the 600 mark. Further back is Rough Habit, followed by Native Neptune, and then Telesto and Sub-Zero last as they near the corner. Dr. Grace with the inside running, just led Mahia. Naturalism is being pushed along by Dittman. Viander Cross on his outside, and they're well clear of Native Neptune and Rough Habit as they turn the corner. Mahia immediately headed Dr. Grace. Viander Cross is now winding up. There's room between them for Naturalism. It's taking him a while to get going. The filly Mahia still in front. Viander Cross on the outside coming at her. Naturalism on the fence, and Rough Habit is getting home well. Viander Cross goes for home. Viander Cross is drawing away from Mahia and Naturalism. Well done, Jimmy Walker. Viander Cross beat Naturalism, and the score is now 2-all between the champions. Mahia third, followed by Rough Habit, Sub-Zero, Native Neptune, Telesto, and Dr. Grace has run last in the Ranvet of 93.
Welcome back to the streets of Surf. Faulkner also. O'Brien now takes control. The experience of these cars. Well, Faulkner just got blasted by.
Looking back as
Four wheels out here at the track. Let's see what's happening on four legs as we cross to Rosehill Races in Sydney for race 6 on the card, the Baguette Welter. Here's Ken Callender.
Thanks very much, Ken. Yep, they're just about half the field are in line. We've got time to dash through these totes on race 6. Number 1, Just Tommy, was scratched this morning. Bambola at 14-1. Office has got plenty of weight, but she's well in the market at 7-1. Matinee Idol at 20-1. Carol Engine at 7s. Colonial Spirit at 20s. On Kylie's Run at 20s. Tar Heel Boy, Mick Dittman's mount, well backed, just over 4-1, about $5.20 on the tote at the moment. Committal, I got my cash on Committal, give him strength. He's at 10-1 chance, he'll be near the lead early. Mobile Peter is at 16-1. Mighty Tango about $4.90 now into 4-1 or just under. Jasmine Gardner's a scratching. 80 Destiny Boy, 8 strokes. 30-1 Destroyer's Image, 16 player. The last two are at 100-1. I thought they were about to jump. They're not quite ready. Here's Johnny anyway.
Yes, Ken, he's loosened a plate here. Committal. I just saw the farrier coming across, and sometimes these horses walking around behind the line can actually step on one foot or another. They can plait their feet, and if they just happen to catch the edge of a shoe, they can loosen a nail or two. And I'm not saying it happens often, but it probably on an average of once every 3 weeks. But it can constitute frustrating delays, particularly on these big days where they've got so much to get through. But still, a sprung plate is not nearly as serious as one that's been thrown completely. It normally only requires the 2 sprung nails to be pulled out, 2 new ones to be popped in the same holes, and they're quickly back in order again. Now, Bambola and on Kylie's Run, Bambola is being led forward. Farrier working feverishly to rectify the problem here with Committal. They're already just a fraction past the advertised post time. Tremendous day, big crowd at Rosehill. As I've said many times before, these are the blokes for whom I've got special admiration. The blacksmiths, the farriers, who work under plenty of pressure. This gentleman here is well aware that he's holding up proceedings with a race on which we have $678,000 invested on the win pool. That's combined on and off course. $678,000. The place pool, $386,000. So near enough to $1 million invested on and off course on this particular race. Now, you've got all of the other runners in the stall standing flat-footed, which is not desirable. And the farrier is well aware of all these things. And he's got the starter Billy Dale over there stirring him up. So they do work under a lot of pressure, but it's a job of great skill. Now he's just going to run the rasp over or he's clinching those nails now, clinching the protruding pieces. A quick belt with the rasp, and we'll have this horse in line very quickly. Now the farrier just rounding off this job with Committal, and we'll have them underway shortly. A total of $1.3 million. Now there's been some more off-course money apparently to come into the pool. There is now $1.3 million invested on this race, all up. All up. Okay, get on, fellas, says starter Billy Dale. Yes, that's New South Wales, of course. That's one state, New South Wales, on and off course combined pool. Now, Committal is now being led across towards his barrier position, and starter Billy Dale starting to hustle them along now. He realises they're running 2 minutes late, and the starter just about ready to pick up the button and release the field. They all face squarely. Mobile Peter stands in nicely with Committal, Colonial Spirit, Carol Engine, Destiny Boy and Player. Stickler for time, starter Billy Dale. hits the button, and they're off and running towards the outside on Kylie's Run. Bounced out in front of Committal Bambola, quickly away with Destroyer's Image. Mighty Tango coming over into a nice posse, followed closely by Sound Ring. Player settles down midfield, and then Office and Tar Heel Boy out deepest strokes in the early stages, followed by Destiny Boy. A long way back, Sea Mission, followed by Colonial Spirit, and tailing out a long last is Matinee Idol. They're going very hard up front. On Kylie's Run goes to the lead over Destroyer's Image at the 1,000 mark. Carolingian is third, a bit more than a length to Committal, and 3/4 away Bambola on the fence, followed by Mighty Tango, Sound Ring, then Movil Peter and Player on the outside, a couple away to Strokes and Tar Heel Boy, followed by Sea Mission, and then Office and Colonial Spirit, Destiny Boy, and Matinee Idol is last, 15 lengths from the lead. On Kylie's Run in front at the 700 mark over Destroyer's Image, Committal third, Carolingian fourth, 2 lengths away Bambola, Mighty Tango taking closer order, a long gap to Movil Peter, followed by Player, Sound Ring, then Strokes and Sea Mission, Tar Heel Boy, followed by Office, Colonial Spirit, Destiny Boy, and Matinee Idol last around the corner. Into the straight on Kylie's Run, tackled again by Destroyer's Image. On the fence, Carolingian, Committal putting in a dash, and Mighty Tango on the extreme outside with the last shot at them at the 200 mark, and it's Mighty Tango sweeping to the lead. Mighty Tango takes the lead from Committal. On Kylie's Run, Destroyer's Image. Mighty Tango drawing away in the last bit. He looked very unlucky at Warwick Farm the other day and makes up for it with a great win. Mighty Tango beat Committal. Third's close, Carolingian, and On Kylie's Run, followed by Stroke, Sound Ring, Player, then Destroyer's Image and Movil Peter, followed by Sea Mission, Destiny Boy. Further back in the field, Colonial Spirit, then Bambola. Tar Heel Boy well back with Office and Matinee Idol amongst the tail enders.
And a good win there in the Baguette Welter from Rosehill. That was John Tapp. Okay, next to do battle here at Surfers Paradise, the Trans Ams. What's a Trans Am, you ask? We'll tell you all about them when we return.
There were 4 New Zealand cars were entered for this meeting. Now they've got here, but because of Cyclone Roger, they couldn't get the ship in any quicker. And of course, they've only arrived here last night. The doctor thing, you can see the seas are still running here on the Gold Coast of Queensland. So they've virtually had no look at the circuit. They've just gone out cold. That's a big ask.
It certainly is, although Kane Scott was here last year, so in theory, really, he should have his gear ratios and...
Hatsu Charade.
The $100,000 Duke of Norfolk stake. To call the action is Johnny Russell.
Sidley Runaways are towards the outside, and they'll soon be on their way in the Duke of Norfolk. We welcome viewers once again to a wide world of sports, looking at this big race over the long distance course of 3,200 metres. First leg of the double being won by Dark Czar, who defeated Welcome Knight, and they'll soon be on their way as Double Gin consents to move in. Fail-proof rider on the side of the stalls, and Winter Robin still out of line. Nickel Road, Winter Robin to come in. Glastonbury, the inside runner. Frontier Boy standing up well. Rich Dreams makes a good line. Opalette was the place getter behind Glastonbury at Moonee Valley last Saturday. So still Winter Robin not quite set. And out of line is Nickel Road. Fail-proof rider about to climb back in the saddle. Varro's last. Runaways are. Flash Fighter. Winter Robin to walk in. Also Nickel Road. Nickel Road coming up. So Winter Robin will be the last one to be positioned. And they'll soon be on their way in the CUB Duke of Norfolk Stakes. Glastonbury, the favourite, drawn down in barrier 1. And now they're all locked away, the lights on. Set. They're off. Good start too. Glastonbury on the inside, the first to bound outer. In the company there with Notwithstanding, who jumped away well, and so did Frontier Boy. And Manabin is showing early pace, and dropping in behind them is Opalette, being followed by Rich Dreams, who's prominent, and down the outside, Fail-proof there in company with Double Gin towards the outsider. And Runaway Zara is back behind them, followed by Nickel Road. They're racing onto the course proper, and it's a fairly compact field where Double Gin, given a bit of rain, is allowed to take up the running and leads about a length to Manabin, who's on the outside of Frontier Boy. Close in behind them, Rich Dreams racing deep there towards the leaders, Runaway Zara, and he was being followed now next by Failproof. A length and a half back along the inside. Glastonbury on the inside of Opaletta, and they were closely attended there by Varro's Last. A length and a half notwithstanding. A bit further back is Nickel Rhoda, and over on the inside B Counter with Young Pirate and the paces dawdling. Winter Robin is third last around the outside of Flash Fighter. And True Setting last of all, passing the judges' box with a lap left to go, and Double Gin the pilot leads about a length. In second place, moving up Runaway Zara, a length and a half to Manabin on the inside there of Failproof as they go out of the straighter. They're followed by Frontier Boy next around the outside. Rich Dreams on the rails, getting a nice run as the favourite Glastonbury. He's closely attended by Varro's Last. In behind them, Opalette, Young Pirate on the inside of Nickel Rhoda, and further back, notwithstanding, being followed by Winter Robin around the outside of Flash Fighter, followed by B Counted second last. And last of all is True Setting. They sweep along the side of the tracker, and they've got 1,850 metres left to go in the Duke of Norfolk, and Double Gin putting them down in bowl fashion. About a length and a half. Runaways are second, a half length to Manabin. They're followed by Frontier Boy. Close up behind them, over on the outside to Failproof, followed by Glastonbury and company with Rich Dreams. A length further away then, at the head of the others came Varro's Last, being followed closely by Young Pirate, who's on the rails, notwithstanding behind them. And further back to Flash Fighter, followed by B Counted on the outside of Winter Robin. Both of those horses are a long way back. And True Setting is last of all, sweeping around the back, past the 1400. Double Gin about a length clear. Runaways are a close second, half a length to Manabin. Frontier Boy is running a prominent race. He's followed by Failproof. Glastonbury going well along the inside, being followed closely by Rich Dreams, a length and a half to Young Pirate going forward, and they were being closely attended over on the outside by Varro's Last, followed by Opalette and Nickel Road, and around the outside of the field, taking off there at that point of the race is Winter Robin, and Flash Fighter has dropped out to last, racing down the side, 1,000 metres left to go. Double Gin still the leader, about a length. Runaway Zara is second, a length and a half then to Manabin on the inside of Frontier Boy, and B Counted has come around them in a hurry. Rich Dreams is going forward, followed by Failproof and Glastonbury looking for a way out. At the head of the others came Young Pirate, followed by Winter Robin, and back behind them is True Setting, and further back is Notwithstanding, who's a long way off the leaders. They come up towards the home turn. They're packed right up, and Frontier Boy has gone up very fast on the outside to hit the front here with Double Gin. Rich Dreams is deeper on the track as they set sail for home, followed by Runaway Zara, and then Varro's Last, and back behind them is Young Pirate, followed by Winter Robin, and B Counted is down the outside. 300 metres left to go. Rich Dreams on the outside is coming at Frontier Boy, and they're together just in advance of Double Gin, and here's Young Pirate on the outside with a rattling run. Here comes the New Zealander. Young Pirate down the outside has grabbed the lead inside the final 200 metres. He's clear of Rich Dreams and Frontier Boy, and Notwithstanding with a late run, but Young Pirate has got it won. He's drawing away. Young Pirate, he's too good. Young Pirate has won at 2.5 lengths to Rich Dreams. Tight for third, Frontier Boy, or Notwithstanding, and back behind them is Glastonbury, and then came Double Gin, followed by Varro's Last. A good long gap to Opalette. Next home True Setting, followed by Winter Robin. Further back to B Counted, followed by Failproof, and back behind them is Manabin, followed by Flash Fighter, Nickel Road, and the last home is Runaways Are.
Back here at Surfers Paradise, the action, and we'll get him, yes sir.
Wow,
wow, what a move.
Tell you what, on the outside going into there's a pretty brave move.
That was a rip.
A race again on the turf down in Sydney, Wales. We see a Porsche doing some funny angles here. The Rosehill races again. This is the 300,000 Winfield Classic for fillies and mares. Your caller, the one and only Johnny Tapp.
Running, good start, and Clocker towards the centre is one of the first out. Skating began very quickly. Lovey is pushing through towards the lead in the early stages with Mamselle Purdue, followed by Azuro in a good spot. Not too far away, My Brilliant Star when they get going. At the head of the others then is Plume midfield. Terrare is out very deep. Further back came Love Comes to Town, followed by Slight Chance, and then Flitter Gilded Queen. A long way back is Let's Hurry as they settle down properly, and Beachside is back at the tail, and Starring's in front of a couple. At the 1,000 mark, and Lovey pulling went to the lead, a length to Skating, a half to Mamselle Purdue, and then Clocker and High Pack, followed by Azuro. Terrare out deep, followed by Plume. Further back, My Brilliant Star, then Flitter. Love Comes to Town at the head of the others. Slight Chance a long way out of its ground as they race down the side. Beachside at the head of the others. Let's Hurry, and then Starring, and back at the tail is Gilded Queen as they come to the 600 mark. Lovey the leader. Skating is second. Mamselle Purdue third, followed by Clocker. Then High Pack and Terrare from Azuro on the fence. Further back, Plume Plume and Beatside, and then Flitter, My Brilliant Star, Slight Chance, well back behind a big bunch of horses turning the corner. Into the straight, Lovey the leader. Skating is coming after it quickly. Skating exploded to the front at the 300 mark. In third place, Mamselle Purdue, followed by Clocker, then as Euro and Terrare. At the 200, Skating the leader. Lovey is coming back on the inside. Skating and Lovey. Skating's about a neck in front. Lovey is hanging on tenaciously, but Skating is too good now and is drawing away in the last bit and scores well. Skating beat Lovey. Third either Terrare. I think Terrare third, a breath in front of Slight Chance, followed by as Euro, and then High Pack, Mamselle Purdue, followed by Plume. Further back, My Brilliant Star, and then Clocker, Love Comes to Town, Beatside, Flitter, Let's Hurry, Gilded Queen, and Starring pulled up with the tail enders as the storm breaks at Rose Hill.
So Brian Smith.
The Ranvet, the Andacross favourite in front of Naturalism, in the ring and on the tote, and they're racing in the Ranvet, and they'll soon be coming into our view. And here they are, and Dr. Grace is the early leader. Dr. Grace about 2 lengths on Rough Habit. Third is Naturalism working forward, and Mahaya moving up 3 and 4 deep. Followed then by Viandacross on the outside of the grey Sub-Zero. Second last is Native Neptune, and last of all is Telesto. 8 lengths would cover the field as they travel 400 metres. The speed is only moderate, and Dr. Grace leads the way about a length, the 3 parts of a length on Mahaya. Third is Naturalism on the inside of Viandacross. Followed a length back by Rough Habit on the inside of Native Neptune, 2 Sub-Zero and a neck then to Telesto. They work down the back of the course and race along to approach the 1,300 metres, no change, and Dr. Grace leads about a length and 3/4 on Mahaya. Third position is Naturalism and Viandacross on his outside, followed 2 back by Rough Habit, and then comes Native Neptune, and the last pair, Sub-Zero and Telesto. Down the back of the course they head, and going to the 1,000 metres, and Dr. Grace. Die quickening up just a little bit on Dr. Grace, and the break is a length and 3/4 on the flashy chestnut filly Mahaya. In third place, 2 away, and that is Naturalism, and Walker on Viandacross has got Dittman snookered. Another 2 lengths to old Native Neptune around Rough Habit, 2.5 to Lesto, and a length to Sub-Zero. In the Ranvet they approach the 600, and Die really going now on Dr. Grace. The break is a length on Mahaya, a length and a half to Naturalism, still snookered by Viandacross, followed by Rough Habit. A gap then on the outside as they swing for home, Native Neptune, Telesto and Sub-Zero. Straightening up now, and Mahaya went past Dr. Grace. Viandacross is coming into it, and Dittman angling for the run on Naturalism and gets between Mahaya and Dr. Grace. At the 200, Mahaya the leader from Viandacross, Naturalism the inside, and old Rough Habit running home, but Viandacross, Big Vandy raced away. It has the Ranvet in his pocket. And Viandacross, too good for Naturalism. Third placing to Mahaya, fourth Rough Habit, then Sub-Zero, Native Neptune, Telesto second last, and Dr. Grace was last.
Number 5, Viandacross, $190, $1 for Naturalism, $120, and 8, Mahaya, $340.
Jim Walker, and ridden in absolutely perfection plus. Number 5, Viandacross. Walker gets 100 out of 100. It was a great exhibition, and that must give him a great deal of added satisfaction on this marvellous Kiwi. $1.90, $1.20 New South Wales. Photo for minors. 4 will get second. Naturalism, L. Dittman, $1.20. And a nose away third, number 8 Mahaya. Great run by the filly, and she'll pay $2.70. He got through in plenty of time, in my opinion, Naturalism. Viandacross beat him fair and square, and it's hard to see Naturalism turning the tables on Viandacross in the BMW 2,400 metres in 2 weeks on the relative performances today.
Today's Sydney Racing is presented by Clements Hutchinson Company, personal injury claim and litigation solicitors.
Right. And they're racing this time. They bounced in a good line too over on the inside. Glastonbury first out with Frontier Boy notwithstanding, and Young Pirate are eased to the start. So too is Manor Ben. The pace from the outside is Double Gin coming over with Runaway Czar and Fail Proof, and Barrows last going up in the centre. Frontier Boy over on the flat side just in front, but immediately headed off by Double Gin out wide. And Double Gin is making a beeline for the rail now. He leads out in the centre now. Manor Ben and Frontier Boy over on the fence. Further out, Runaway Czar, Fail Proof, followed by Rich Dreams in the middle, then Opalette. Glastonbury's over on the fence about 4 or 5 lengths off the lead. Varro's last 3 deep early. Nickel Road 4 wide. Then Notwithstanding, followed by B Counted. Further back, Young Pirate, Winter Robin. True Setting, and last of all, Flash Fighter. Coming down towards the judge now, about 2,500 metres to go, and Double Gin in front, led by a length and a half. Runaway Czar up second with a lap to go. A circuit out on the Duke of Norfolk, and it's Double Gin going out of the straight, a length in front now. From Runaway Czar, a length and a half to Manor Ben on the inside of Fail Proof fourth, a length into Frontier Boy. Over on the fence, on the outside of him, Rich Dreams. Glastonbury is following Frontier Boy, and Barrow's last caught 3 deep. Then Opalette from Young Pirate over on the inside of Notwithstanding. Nickel Road 3 deep, a length in further back, Flash Fighter. Be Counted 3 wide around Flash Fighter. In the middle there is Winter Robin at the 2,000, and 2 to True Setting last of all. Going up the side of the track now, the leader Double Gin by a length and 3/4 second. Runaway Czar, a length and a half to Manor Ben third. 2 to Fail Proof running fourth, a half into Frontier Boy fifth, a length into Rich Dreams on the outside of Glastonbury. Barrow's last 3 deep around Opalette, a neck further back on the fence, Young Pirate, a length further back, Nickel Road. Posted 3 deep on the outside thereof, Notwithstanding. Flash Fighter on the fence, a length and a half into Winter Robin. On the outside of it, Be Counted to the 1,600 metre mark, and 2 lengths last of all the True Setting. Into the back they race 1,500 metres out, and the leader still Double Gin by almost a length. The Runaway Czar, Manor Ben tucked away third. On the inside, a half further back, Frontier Boy has come away from the fence to be running fourth. They're followed further back by Fail Proof. Glastonbury is locked away on the inside of Rich Dreams, a length further back. Barrow's last has been 3 deep. Young Pirate over on the inside of the 1,200, followed by Opalette. Then Nickel Road, Be Counted, pulled out wide further back. Then Notwithstanding, who's been shuffled back with Flash Fighter and Winter Robin as they come to the side of the track with 1,000 to go in the Duke of Norfolk, and the leader still is Double Gin by a length and a half. Second in the race would have been Runaway Czar. 2 further back, Frontier Boy has gone up third from Manor Ben. Rich Dreams, Be Counted tracking out wide. Then Fail Proof, Glastonbury getting off the fence from Barrow's last to the 800, a length and a half to Nickel Road. Then came further back True Till to the outside, Young Pirate, followed by True Setting. Notwithstanding, third last before the turn with Winter Robin, Opalette and Flash Fighter last of all. Frontier Boy with the big weight has ranged up now to Double Gin when they turned for home, and he took the front. It's Frontier Boy in front, turning now a length in front of Double Gin, and Rich Dreams going after Frontier Boy, then Manor Ben. Young Pirate into the clear, running on. Glastonbury back on the fence under the whip from Barrow's last behind them. Then Notwithstanding coming down the outside at the 300 metre mark, and Young Pirate moved up with Rich Dreams to Frontier Boy, a gap to Notwithstanding, and Barrow's last, but the Kiwi took the front. Young Pirate draws away 2.5, 3 in front of Rich Dreams and Frontier Boy. Young Pirate, the New Zealander, is going to win the Duke of Norfolk. Young Pirate by 2 or 3 lengths in the run home. Rich Dreams second, I think Notwithstanding at a photo for third. Ahead of Frontier Boy on the fence, a gap to Double Gin. Then Glastonbury, Varro's last, Opalette, True Setting. Further back in the race then, Manor Ben, followed by Fail Proof, Winter Robin, Be Counted. Further back then came Flash Fighter, Nickel Road, and last of all is Runaway Czar.
Number 9, Young Pirate, $7.10 for the win, and for the place $2.60. 6, Rich Dreams, $3.70, and 3, Notwithstanding, $2.70.
Number 9, Young Pirate, ridden by Alf Matthews, number 9. Beautiful staying ride by Alf to get the money on Young Pirate. He settled beautifully today. Wasn't the case at Moonee Valley where he wanted to get up on the bit and pull.
Up now, and